Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paige, and welcome to We Just Want You to Read. Today, we're diving deep into something every reader eventually grapples with, which I go back and forth on every once and again, and that is how to review books. So, whether you're starting your reviewing journey or you're a seasoned reviewer looking to refine your craft, this video is for you. We're going to break down the art of book reviewing into a few easy steps. So, grab your coffee, tea, blanket, let's get into it. So if you're just like, you just finished a great book, you're like, this is so great, I want to tell the world about it. How do you do that? What do you say? You're not alone. Tons of people go through this. They want to share their book read, their most recent read. They don't know what to say. That's what we're going to talk about today. Why would you write a review? You would do that to help other readers find the same books. People who are like, hey, this book is really good. This is really awesome. People who also like awesome things are going to like this book. So you're going to help them find that book. It helps authors in like a constructive way. Let them know what you liked about the book, what you didn't like about the book, or that you're the type of reader that they want to advertise to in their next books. It is also a great way to get your thoughts down and figure out what you liked about the book and keep it there for like memory. So when you go back, I don't know, 2 years later, you're like, what did I like about that book? Did I like that book? Your review is there for you. Also, reviewing builds a community because I know I have found so many amazing reviewers that I'm just like, yeah, the book did say that, or, oh yeah, it had that part. Oh, I love that too. Then they get a follow from me. I am following them because their review was something that spoke to me, whether it was a positive review, negative review, or just a constructive review. So reviewing is not about being a professional critic. You're not getting paid for this most of the time. Reviewing is just about sharing your authentic reading experience. So we're going to talk more about that in depth, and let's get to it. So we're going to talk about the anatomy of a good book review. First, make a note, I am reading my notes off the side, so my eyes may go back and forth a bit. But the first thing we have is like the vibe check. What was your first interaction? What are you first going to rate it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Is it eh? And you're just going to go with your gut feeling and see if that can start or jumpstart your review. Then we're going to talk about stuff like summary. Just like what a brief overview, what the story was about. Just like briefly. You don't want to write the whole book over again. Well, you'll talk about did the story flow well? Were there any lulls? Things like this was a mystery. It unfolded well. The middle section dragged a little bit, but the ending came in clutch. It was great. Stuff like that. Then we're going to talk about characters. Were they believable, relatable, annoying? Who's your favorite? Who's your least favorite? And why? What did they bring to the table? What did they not bring to the table? Stuff like that. You can say stuff like, the protagonist was so morally gray, which is a really big phrase right now, morally gray, which I adored because everyone adores a morally gray character. So the protagonist was morally gray, which I adored, but the other characters were not fleshed out as much. So it was really interesting. Then we have writing style and tone. Did you enjoy the author's writing? Did you find it engaging? Was it descriptive or was it a little bit simplistic? Or was that the point? Did the tone match the genre, the story? Was it like, oh, it was complex prose, so it was a complex story? Or even differently, was it a complex prose but a simple story? How did those work together? So what were the themes and impact? The underlying messages did you pick up on? Was it stuff that wasn't just said right out, but you had to go through and be like, they said this, but it seems like they're trying to say that. Go through the layers a bit. How did the book make you feel? Were you excited to pick it up every time it was time to read? Or were you like, nah, I kind of just am going through this just because? Did it challenge your perspective? And you're like, hey, this is a book about poor people in Ireland. I never thought about that. That is a great thing to consider. And you never considered that before. And additionally, target audience and recommendation. Who would you recommend this book to? What other books are similar to it? That is the community that we were talking about earlier. If you have somebody that they really like spaceship stories, and you just read a spaceship story and it was incredible, they're going to say, well, what is it about? What did it make you feel? Why should I read this? Your review can help you with that. One of my favorite examples is if you love a multi-generational journey following families over time, I'll say if I run into anyone like that, I'll be like, this book, this book, this book, this book, every time. But that's because I wrote a review, I know the book very well, and I can recommend it to someone just like that. And finally, we have the star rating. This is just, I do it based on vibes, but then think about it overnight. But don't overthink it. Try to be consistent with how you rate things. But star rating out of 5, what did you think? So here are the do's and don'ts of reviewing. Do be specific. Instead of saying, it was good, explain why it was good. Give some examples without spoilers. Be honest. Do be honest, but be kind. Your opinion is valid. Just express it thoughtfully. Focus on your experience. It's your review, not an objective truth. So just because you didn't like it doesn't mean it's a terrible book and no one should like it. Just because you loved it doesn't mean it's an amazing book and everyone will love it. That's how that works. Proofread, please. I know a lot of the places where you can post reviews, you can edit things, but sometimes seeing a poorly written review with errors and things throws people off. A quick scan can make your stuff easier to read. Some people see reviews that are just haphazardly thrown up with the grammatical errors and they just don't trust it as much. If you're not going to take the time to proofread your own stuff, why should we take the time to follow your review? It's harsh, but it happens. But a lot of times on the reviewing sites, you are allowed to edit your review. So if you catch a review error or a grammatical error, it's okay. Just fix it. And finally, do use spoiler warnings. Please, it's crucial that you use spoiler warnings. You don't want to ruin the story for anyone. Some stories have big plot twists and they're meant to be there and kept a secret for a reason. Do not spoil the story. That is a big thing for me. Do not spoil the story. Use spoiler warnings. Okay, now for the don'ts. Don't give away major spoilers unless they are clearly marked. Like some of the places you can put your reviews, they will have a block out text or they'll just put spoilers over the section. That way you're not actually spoiling them. So you can still write your review for people who read it and they want to read it, but you're not just spoiling it for someone who's like, hey, what's this review about? And then the book is spoiled. Spoiler reviews are sad, but if you just mark that your review has a spoiler, we're good to go. Don't, and this is another big don't. This might be an even bigger don't than the one I just said. Don't attack the author personally. This is about the book, not the person. Don't be that person. Another don't be vague and unhelpful. This book sucked. This book was awesome. That is not a review. That is nothing. So please go back to our do's and be a little bit more specific when you review. Okay? Don't copy other reviews. Be original. I know sometimes you can see someone else's review and it's so tempting because they did such a good job and they inspired you, but that's okay. You have something awesome to say too. Just be original. Don't tag the author in negative reviews. If there's like a top 3 don'ts, this is the third one, if not the first one. Don't do that. Please don't do that. This is a big one. I'm going to elaborate. I made some notes. Authors are people too, and seeing direct criticism when they haven't asked for it is disheartening and unhelpful. They pour their heart and souls into these books, and when someone tags you, you think, oh, someone read my book. And then you just see that they hated it, how much they hated it, all that stuff. And it's just, It's not necessary. If you have constructive criticism, you can share it with your audience, but there's not really a need to bring the author into it. They're going to see enough already. If it's a good review, it's a positive review, that's a different story, but like, don't tag an author in a negative review. Let's keep our bookish spaces positive and supportive of creators if we can. Okay. So moving on, we're going to talk about platforms. There's no right or wrong way to write the structure of a review. You can do paragraphs, you can do bullet points. It doesn't really matter. You can do a sentence at a time and then just do spaces. As long as it's readable, that's all that matters. For like buddy reads, you might just be like, hey, here's stuff right here that I thought would be really good and it's quick, quippy, nice. Then you could do stuff for your blog and be like, oh no, I need like paragraphs. Like I need like a novella worth of reviews for this book. So it just depends what you're writing for and what you feel is right. There's also platforms like Goodreads, Storygraph, Bookstagram, Book Talk, blogs, YouTube, all those different things that you would use for different reasons. Goodreads, it is owned by Amazon. We don't love Amazon in this household of we just want you to read, but it is the main place that people go to interact with books that once they've read them or to find books. Most of the people who are readers are going to be found there first. So they have star ratings. They have star ratings, and you can like people's reviews. You can like people's updates, and you can write longer reviews. It's a very old looking website. They haven't updated it since like the early 2000s or the mid 2010s or something like that, but it's there. It's there. Then there's the Storygraph, which is my personal favorite. It's really good for people who like data and tracks moods, genre more. There's buddy reads. There's so much. It's not the prettiest website. It's very clean and neat, but it's great. And I recommend it. It is Black woman owned and operated, and love me the Storygraph. Also, there is Bookstagram and Book Talk. So I don't know about Book Talk as much because I don't have a TikTok, but Bookstagram is one of my favorites. And it is very visual, very much aesthetics, and just like an offshoot of Instagram. So if you know how to use Instagram, you can use Bookstagram. Then we have the same thing, similar thing is blogs or YouTube. YouTube's very visual. And you can do video essays. So if you want to do a review that's not written, you can do a video essay on YouTube or Bookstagram or Book Talk, and you can do personal reflections like that. And really, it's up to you to do what you feel is right. Everybody who does something's going to be doing it a different way, and it's going to be unique. So just do what feels right. So we've covered components of a good review, essential do's and don'ts, especially author tagging, don't forget that, and where you can share your thoughts. Don't be afraid to start reviewing. Every review, big or small, contributes to our amazing bookish community, and I think you'll do great with these tips. And however you feel, you're going to do a review that fits best for you and where you can share your thoughts. So what's your favorite book you've reviewed lately? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more bookish content from We Just Want You to Read. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. So again, thank you for hanging out with me today. My name is Paige, and this has been We Just Want You to Read. Happy reading. Bye.